Missed an episode of your favorite podcast? Choose from over a decade of content in our archives, not just the latest episode. All free at gcnlive.com.
This is your call to action. Get prepared, America. Economy, survival, energy, disasters. This is USAPrepares.com. Informative radio, educational radio. Interact now by emailing instructor@USAPrepares.com or text at 434-390-7953. Class, please take your seats. Now, your instructor, Vincent Finelli.
Watch the greenbacks tumble.
Oh, gee, I did it. I overdid it. I put some bliss on, and I put some more bliss on, and I don't know. Everyone all set, cocked, locked? Here we go. Your dial's set correctly to USAPrepares.com. We're delighted you're here. We're broadcasting 2 hours from high atop the Missouri Ozark Mountains. Captain John Regan's with us. We're going to be talking about finance. We're going to be talking about economics. We're going to be talking about being a watchman. And I've got a question for you. I'll get to that in just a minute. There's a link to all of your instructors on the website, USAPrepares.com. Converging threats are confronted daily by your instructors. Aaron's engineering the broadcast in Minnesota. And if you'd like to call us, 866-582-9933. 866-582-9933. If you'd like to listen to us on your phone, 605-562-4080. 605-562-4080. Now, if you call us on a listen line and you don't have unlimited minutes, or unlimited long distance, you'll be charged by your telephone provider. We don't charge you, but they will. And if you have unlimited, you won't be charged. Captain John Regan was with us, and I'm delighted to be with you, Captain John Regan. Welcome.
We'll see how delighted you are after we get through today's news.
Are you going to push some buttons?
There's probably a few in those in there too, but boy, what's going on with the economy right now, with the market, is stunning, to say the least.
All right, well, let's go right into it.
Well, it's not often that I actually put a news item from Monday in, but when I got up this morning, it was so dramatic, I couldn't help myself. Down the financial section, down again. China, just had really bad couple of days last week, and that affected the Dow, of course, and we'll be discussing that too. But when I got up this morning, they were down like another 8 or 9%, and to get into perspective there, it was like 20%, 80% of the stock was down the limit for the day. So just think, if it hadn't hit limit, how much further it would have declined. And the 2 days of the Dow, Thursday and Friday, when added together, is larger than any one-day crash that we've had in history. The number one being 2008, when it dropped 777 points, and we went down 888 points over those 2 days. So it's going to be interesting watching what happens to the market. I've also put up the third link in financial is a chart for the S&P 500. And if you look at that, you see where it started growing quite a bit during the 80s, peaking in January of 2000 at about 1,500. It between the dot-com crash and September 11th, it went down to about 800, and then you see where it climbed back up again, reached that 1,500 mark, and then we had 2008 where again it crashed down to about 800, and then with all the QE, you see that it's up even higher than it was those two times, going over a little over 2,000, 2,067 as of January this year. And if you want to get an idea, from January 2000 to July 2002, that dropped from 1,500 to 800. 700 points represents about 46 and 2/3%, almost 47% loss. So if this current S&P only drops 46 3/4%, that means it's going down to about 1,100. Currently, it's sitting around 1,800. So or I guess close to 1,900. So there's still a good ways for it to fall for that type of correction. However, if it goes back down to that 800 level, which would be a drop of almost 1,300 points from its high, that would represent a more than 61% loss, which would be greater than the 1929 crash, which is about a 50% loss. So I'll pause at this point for your comments.
John, I'm looking at the chart right now. I'm at the financialstateoftheunion.com, thefinancialstateoftheunion.com. I've clicked on the news tab, and I've clicked on under the financial section of the news tab for today's class. I've clicked on S&P. And let's see, I'm looking at the chart. And what I see is a remarkably similar drop and climb first and then drop. January 2000, it looks like Mount Everest, and then straight down. And then July 2007, 7 years later roughly, straight down. And then I look at another chart, and it has the beginnings of what looks like it could be the same thing, John.
And like I say, it was fueled much higher by QE, not real earnings or a real economy behind it. It was just all paper.
I have another comment, and it kind of is in sync with what you're saying. Over the weekend, specifically yesterday, I was in the garage here at the farmhouse, and Mrs. Finelli asked me to work on a food dehydrator. Now, I bought one of these things a while ago on eBay, and it's an old model. It's a metal cabinet, and it has it's all USA made. It's called a food dehydrator by Harvest Made. So I took the whole thing apart, every part of it, took it apart, cleaned it, scrubbed it, and made it ready for use. And I was looking at this, and it's got some screws that hold the case to the chassis, if you will, and there's a back plane, and that's held on by some screws, and it has some molded plastic parts and stainless steel hinges and so forth. And here's the point. The point is none of that, absolutely none of that is made in the United States anymore. You can't get one that's quite like this, with steel cabinet. It looks like we shifted a lot of these small appliances to China. So we had a factory here in the United States that took sheet metal and fabricated it, bent it into the appropriate shape. We had shears and brakes, to make the metal into the shapes that we wanted. We had punches that would punch the holes for the screws to be, attached. On and on and on. Power cords and thermostat. And we used to make these appliances. Not anymore. So I look at what you're saying, and I look at how do we get back to where we were, and it's going to take manufacturing to get back where we were. Because right now, the jobs that we have, people go to work and they're keyboard warriors, or they're in the food business. If you get off at any exit ramp on any major highway, I venture to say that the first businesses that you're going to see are fast food joints. Then you're going to see some, motels and fast food joints. How are we going to make it on fast food joints and motels? Flipping each other's hamburgers. How are we going to do that? I don't think it's possible. I think we have to get back to manufacturing. If you look at any country that you respect, you'll see that you respect them because of the products that they make. So we look at Germany and we go, wow, impressive products. Audi, Volkswagen, Mercedes-Benz, BMW. Absolutely top of the line products. Then you look at Bangladesh. Wow, how much do we admire Bangladesh? Not as much. Because the innovation is not there. The engineering is not there. The standard of living is not there. The quality of the products is not there. So for us to become great again, we have to get back into really serious manufacturing. And as I look around right here in the studio, and I look around at the items that I'm using for this broadcast, I have a couple older items. I have some switches that are in these chassis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 neon lighted switches. I have a stack of one on top of another that controls all of our equipment here in the studio. And then everything else has imported components in it. Everything else. The monitors, the keyboards, the mice, the fast Ethernet switch, the telephones. Everything else comes from someplace else. We need to get back to manufacturing, John. That's just my take on it. You agree?
Well, there'll be jobs for robots.
Yeah, there you go. John Regan, I'll be right back. Captain John Regan, thefinancialstateoftheunion.com. By the way, meet up tonight. I'll tell you a little bit about it when we get back. How many of you want to learn how to dig up bugs, worms, and raise crickets for food? Do you prefer to eat them dried and crunchy or while still alive? Well, you won't have to if you can defend your food supply from predators. You may want to get an AR-15 kit from guns80.com and build your own AR-15 rifle from a kit. If you can legally own a rifle, you can purchase this AR-15 kit. If you're handy, you can complete the rifle in about an hour. The kit comes with all the parts you're going to need to build your rifle, but you'll need a drill press. And survivalists need one anyway. The Guns80.com team purchased the same used floor-standing drill press that I have for $100. You can too. And when you're finished, you'll have a paperwork-free AR-15 rifle, a drill press, drill bits, and the knowledge to maintain your AR-15 rifle, all for less than you expect. So if you want a paperwork-free AR-15 parts kit like mine, visit guns80.com, guns80.com, and let the unprepared have our share of the bugs.
Sciatica, lower back pain, hip pain, poor posture. If you suffer from any of these problems, get ready to relax. Introducing an amazing product that's been in the market for over 25 years, the Sacro Wedgie. It was invented by a football coach using a common sense osteopath technique. He created this device to help his athletes by isolating and supporting the sacrum, which is the keystone of our anatomy. This wedge-shaped bone is in the center of our hips, where a lot of pain starts. Simply relax 20 minutes daily on the amazingly simple Sacro Wedgie and let gravity do the work, helping muscles rebalance and start releasing nerves. Sit in the Sacro Wedgie at the computer or while traveling to help correct posture to finally help relieve those stubborn aches and pains for only $33.95. It's made in the USA, so click the family-owned website at sacrowedgie.com, spelled SACROWEDGY.com, or call 1-800-737-9295. That's 1-800-737-9295. Relax your back pain away with the Sacro Wedgie.
Everyone says or does something silly once in a while, but once that embarrassing thing is on the internet, it can spread like a terrible rash. Put it to rest. Get a free expert analysis today from Reputation.com. It only takes 30 seconds. 800-831-0771. We protect your online image by helping to make sure that when people search for you or your business, they find the most current, accurate information possible. Reputation.com, because word travels fast. Call for a free analysis today. 800-831-0771. That's 800-831-0771.
Sciatica, lower back pain, hip pain, poor posture. If you suffer from any of these problems, get ready to relax. Introducing an amazing product that's been in the market for over 25 years, the Sacro Wedgie. It was invented by a football coach using a common sense osteopath technique. He created this device to help his athletes by isolating and supporting the sacrum, which is the keystone of our anatomy. This wedge-shaped bone is in the center of our hips, where a lot of pain starts. Simply relax 20 minutes daily on the amazingly simple Sacro Wedgie and let gravity do the work, helping muscles rebalance and start releasing nerves. Sit in the Sacro Wedgie at the computer or while traveling to help correct posture to finally help relieve those stubborn aches and pains for only $33.95. It's made in the USA, so click the family-owned website at sacrowedgie.com, spelled SACROWEDGY.com, or call 1-800-737-9295. That's 1-800-737-9295. Relax your back pain away with the Sacro Wedgie.
There are hundreds of silver products on the market today, but there's nothing like the astonishing health benefits of the multi-patented One Silver Solution. Boost your immune system at a great price with our Silver Solution Liquid, starting at $12.95 a bottle. Now available in regular and extra strength. That's half the price of the leading competitors. Call 844-USILVER for your free catalog, or go to onesilversolution.com. Onesilversolution.com. There is only one Silver Solution.
Meet up tonight at Jimmy's Egg, and your instructor will be Sam. Sam is a truck driver, and he's driven all over the country, north, south, east, and west. He's been above ground, he's been underground, he's been through the tunnels and the bridges. He's met a lot of people, and so tonight he's going to tell us what he's seen, who he's talked to, and what he thinks it means. I think it's going to be fabulous. So bring your questions if you're coming to Jimmy's Egg tonight at 4:45 this afternoon till 8 o'clock. And I've got a lot of questions. And John, one of the things that I've been thinking about over this weekend, I was talking with one of our instructors. By the way, I have not had a chance to chat with many of you. I've gotten a whole bunch of calls. The phone's been ringing, and I have not been able to take the calls. And let me tell you why. The farm is requiring so much time. Preparing equipment, hay, second cutting of hay is coming up, and I'm going to be doing that this week, probably starting tomorrow. So I had spent the entire weekend, almost the entire weekend, working on farm equipment and machinery and preparing and that kind of thing. And so for many of you who have called, I apologize. I have not been available, but the weekends are tough. They really are tough because I've got to pack in a week's worth of farming in 2 days. So I just want to share that with you. So tonight, we're going to talk about what our trucker instructor, Sam, has found. So if you'd like to know, think about your questions for Sam tonight. And one other thing. I spend a lot of time inside the shop, which is, our garage. And we have our automotive shop there where we service vehicles and trucks and tractors and things like that, other equipment. The dogs come in. The dogs are on patrol. There's 5 dogs here at the farm, and some of them have found their way here, and others we've found them and brought them here. But they're on patrol, and they love spending time with us. So they'll go out in the fields and follow us around, and they'll find some other friends like ticks and fleas, and they'll bring them home. And then the teas and the fleas and ticks will join us and bite us. And we found the remedy, Cedarcide, CEDARCIDE. We spray it on the floor, and we spray it on the animals, not the cats though, and it stops the problem. So Cedarcide. And if you'd like to give them a call, 800-824-1464, 800-800-8. Let me say this again. 800-842-1464. 800-842-1464. Cedarside.com. John Regan, what's next?
Of course, when you talk about dogs, that's a loose term when they're the size of a small horse.
Yeah, TJ is a lot of real estate for a flea community. And John, fleas can bite 350 times a day. That's one. And I think that's what happened to me. But I had a whole bunch of flea bites, and Mrs. Finelli said, "Okay, would you please call Cedarside?" So I did. I called them up, and they immediately shipped the Cedarside products that we use here on the farm. And we've had it for years, and it works really great. And how do we hear about it? Norm Shealy. Norm Shealy told us about it, and so we got some, and it really, really works great. So that's, Cedarside. And actually, you know what I did? I called him up, and I said, I did a bad thing. We ran out. Can we get some more? And then I talked to him, and I said, I'd love it if you guys were sponsors. So they have graciously decided that they will be part of USAprepares.com. And I've had the CEO of Cedarside on the radio with us. His products are that good. It's a family-owned business, USA business, and it uses cedar oil. So it's organic, it's safe. And so, if I go out in the woods, I'll just spray just a light amount on the lower parts of my blue jeans when I go out. And the fleas and ticks just don't like it. They really don't. And it doesn't smell like the garden department at the Chinese factory outlet. It doesn't smell like insecticide. It smells like cedar. Wow. Wow. Time flies. All right, so we are into the next break, bottom of the hour break. John Regan's with us, and I am fascinated by what he's got on the schedule for us today. The financial section is a lot of bad news. We're going to talk about the droughts, and we're going to talk about employment, and we're going to talk about...
Okay, open your mouth and say, ah.
When your child has a sore throat, you need to know when to get help. The doctor recommended Say Ah Sore Throat Exam is your solution. The scientifically designed oral retractor offers a clear view of the throat, relaxing the tongue and minimizing gag reflex. Compare with a medical grade chart, website, and app. Then you'll know just what to tell your doctor. A wellness plan in your hands in minutes. Go to SayAHHnow.com. SayAhNow.com, the new mainstay for every family's first aid kit.
Hi, this is Ted Anderson. Have you ever wondered why banks, stockbrokers, investment advisors won't talk about gold IRAs? They've been available since 1986, yet the financial industry won't recognize the value of gold for your retirement. Gold has outperformed paper investments, yet no word about IRAs. If you would like to have gold for your retirement, call 800-686-2237. Don't get left behind by rising inflation and low returns. Call 800-686-2237. Secure your future and call 1-800-686-2237.
Mike Stenerson from Midas Resources. At no time in history have precious metals been more important, certainly not in my 22 years in the industry. The dollar has lost over 90% of its value in the last 60 years. No fiat currency has ever survived the government printing presses. Ours is not immune. The time is now to be proactive. 1-800-686-2237, extension 116. Anything tied to the dollar is at risk. CDs, annuities, 401ks, IRAs, stocks, bonds, you name it, so decide. Do you want to leave a legacy of wealth or debt for your family? The choice is yours. Call me at 1-800-686-2237, extension 116. That's 1-800-686-2237, extension 116. Be proactive, not reactive. Call 1-800-686-2237, extension 116.
This is Sharon Hunt. Before using Heart and Body Extract, my energy level was very, very low. I could only walk a few feet and then would have to sit down. I was tired and lethargic. But after taking Heart and Body Extract, my energy level has improved greatly, and I can now walk longer distances without getting tired so fast. Thank you, Heart and Body Extract.
Learn the secrets of an effective, natural, 100% organic nutritional supplement for a healthy heart and circulation at hbextract.com.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99, and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows, pause and rewind live TV, even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV.
Hey, Berkey Guy here. Are you still drinking unfiltered tap water? Does your water contain chlorine or fluoride? Will you have drinkable water in an emergency? The Berkey Guy is here to help you remove these and other potential contaminants from your water, thus helping you drink clean, purified water. We offer Berkey water purification systems at the lowest available prices online. Don't go another moment without Berkey system. Over the last 10 years, we've helped thousands drink clean, purified water. Join them by visiting goberkey.com or call me, the Berkey Guy, at 877-886-3653. That's 877-886-3653.
Honey, why are there fish swimming in our bathtub?
Aren't they cute? You need more omega-3s, and those fish oil pills with toxins and heavy metals are scary. So I'm making fish oil from scratch.
Oh boy, didn't I tell you I'm ordering Nutrigold fish oil? It's exceptionally pure.
That's what they all say.
No, really. Nutrigold's fish oil is concentrated from pure cold water fish straight off the Alaskan coast and manufactured right here in the USA.
Well, cold Alaskan waters are much more pristine than the polluted waters that other fish oils are sourced from.
That's what I'm saying. And it's 5-star certified to meet international purity, potency, and freshness standards.
Well, that sounds even better.
Great. I'll be in my office ordering a few bottles. If I order now on www.fishoil.best, I can save $5 using the promo code MyFishOil. Honey, why are there bees in my office?
Get rid of those fish burps for good. Go to Nutrigold's U.S.-made fish oil products by going to www.fishoil.best and get $5 off by entering MyFishOil at checkout.
Class, one of the questions I'm going to ask our meetup group tonight is a very short question. What would you do if you had a 60-day warning? What would you do if you had a 60-day warning? A warning for some big event. And, we talk about the big events here. Let's say it's a failure, a major failure in the supply chain. Let's say it's a major failure in the power grid. Let's say it's a natural event. Let's say a volcano starts spewing ash and it gets really dark. And we start choking because we can't breathe. What would you do? Well, what would you do if you thought there were going to be a major financial collapse and you had a 60-day warning? What would you do? Now, I'm not saying that we have a 60-day warning, but I am saying, what would you do if you believed that you had 60 days before a major event? What would you do? I'd love to know. And that's the question that I'm going to ask the meetup tonight. Would you just say, you know what, I've got this bucket list of all these fun things I want to do. And, since it's going to be a big event, I'm just going to take whatever savings I have and just have a 60-day party? Or would you hunker down? Or would you move? Or would you meet with your friends and family and say, look, time is really short. Let's work together. What would you do? Just a thought. And I don't know. I don't know what the future has to hold. So I'm not saying that we have 60 days. I am saying that I'm preparing as if I don't know how much time we have. And I'm trying to make the best of it. John Regan?
I'd just like to take a moment. Becky's mother is in the middle of surgery as we speak. She's been having very severe back pain, and she's scheduled for 4 hours of surgery today. And then she's due to go back in again Friday for 8 hours of surgery. And if you're one of the ones that maintains a prayer list, we would appreciate your efforts there. And
Absolutely.
So if I sound a bit distracted, I am. I'm keeping an eye on my phone, hoping that nothing happens while we're on the air. But I am a bit more distracted than usual today.
John, our prayers are with you, and I'd like to ask all those who are inclined to pray, please add Becky's mom to your list. And how about Becky's dad?
Yeah, he's got his own issues, and going through the cancer treatments that he's been going through. So he's of course he's not exactly young either, and it's going to be quite a load on him to help take care of her while she's going through her rehab.
John, one of the things that we talked about at the meetup, and it was brought up by Alan Busick, and Alan Busick was one of the guys who was on Doomsday Preppers, and he was in a January episode a couple of years ago, and he was talking about aquaponics. And Alan mentioned a couple of weeks ago a few weeks ago now at the meetup, that one of his greatest concerns was a catastrophic health event in a family that could actually take down the family. So drain the family resources, consume the family's energies and so forth. And that's something that happened to me and my family. My dad was in his truck, and he was going, it was on a 2-lane road. This guy fell asleep at the wheel and crashed head on into him. Both vehicles were doing about 55 miles an hour. My dad's truck burst into flames, and there was no place for my dad to go. He had a bank on the right side, and he started to climb up the bank, and this car just crashed into him anyway. And the other guy died. And as a result, we had a computer manufacturing business. I've never really talked about this on the air, but we had a computer manufacturing business, and nursing homes would not take care of my dad after his release from the hospital. He got a whole bunch of those hospital diseases that you only get in hospitals. And so nursing homes didn't want to take care of him for his skilled rehabilitation. So we had to do most of it. And what we did was we converted our family room in our farmhouse into a hospital room, and we had a crane for him to get him in and out of bed and get him in a wheelchair. And we put him in front of a sliding glass door so he'd have some sunlight. And we slept on the floor, took turns sleeping on the floor, monitoring him 24 hours a day. And we shut down our computer manufacturing business so that we could take care of my dad. So it was an absolute dramatic change in life. It impacted so many people. So this one guy falling asleep at the wheel impacted us. It impacted all of our customers. And we could, from that moment on, not take care of all of our computer customers. So we gave our computer inventory to our competitor. We said, look, we'd like to give you this. We just ask that you take care of our customers the same way we would. And so then we were out of business. We didn't sell the business. We just gave it to our competitor to help protect our customers. John, so that's, we all may be facing something like a catastrophic health event going forward. One person in the family could take out the entire family. So that's something that you might want to consider, class, and think about what you might do in that situation. But prayers are coming from the Finelli family to the Regans.
Thank you. And continuing on the financial section, I've got a link called Discount Cash. And there's a list of about a dozen companies on there that basically the headline is you can buy these companies cash at up to a 60% discount, meaning that these companies are in such bad shape future-wise that they're worth less than the actual cash that the companies have. to me, that's just mind-boggling and says what kind of state the economy's in. I've got a couple of articles on silver. One is discusses how this one guy would take $1 billion and turn it into 5 using silver. And it doesn't mean that it takes $1 billion to do this, but that silver happens to be in a position. Of course, it's down quite a bit today, but it's going to be needed for all of this carbon nonsense that they're pushing. To replace it with the solar, you're going to need a lot more silver. And at the same time, we've got a lot of people out there wanting to invest, putting their money into silver. And to me, it's just a convergence for the price going up. And the other one is the part 4. They've put together this series of infographics, and this one is the case for silver, and it talks about the rarity and the usage, and it also has links to the previous 3 infographics. So a lot of good information on silver available to you there for your own research. And the last link in Financial talks about the drop in oil prices. And the question is this because of excess supply or decreasing demand? And they put a chart up here, and it turns out that the change is due to demand factors. And it's a pretty steep decrease. And the supply factors are just minor blips in that, which again is telling us the state of the economy isn't what they present to you on the evening news. Vincent?
John, I'm looking at the chart, and this is at the financialstateoftheunion.com, the news tab. What I'm seeing is, if I'm reading this correctly, John, I'm seeing as much as a 20% decrease in the demand. Is that right? Demand
That's factors. What they're saying.
20% decrease. And this is a pretty steep chart. Kind of looks like Mount Everest upside down. At least half of it, and it's going down, down, down. And it looks like these are the, on this chart, the January, February timeframe was really weak for demand, and we are duplicating that, except that it's all of this weakness is driven by the lack of demand. And that's what you have been saying, John, for quite a long time. Actually, we've been saying this for a couple of years now, that when we look around, we don't see the traffic on the highways. We don't see the traffic in town. We don't see the cars and light trucks operating on our roadways. We look, where is everybody? Where is the traffic jam? Now there's a traffic jam in, Washington D.C., but where there's a lot of population. But we don't see the traffic in less populated Springfield, Missouri. Are you seeing that in Dallas as well? Less driving, or are you unable to determine?
Dallas, well, in fact, all the larger cities in Texas are kind of an exclusion zone right now. Even though we've got the oil crash going on, a lot of companies are moving to Texas to escape the socialist states out there. So we're actually experiencing an increase in traffic.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and what I'm hearing is gasoline is about $4.50 a gallon in California and $2.15 in South Carolina and New Jersey. We'll be right back. John Regan, Ben Finelli, USA. By now you know that USAPrepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration systems and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAPrepares.com. That's USAPrepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAPrepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state in back taxes, you know they'll never stop coming after you. With bank levies, wage garnishments, they'll even seize your home or business. The good news? A government program for tax debt forgiveness. It's called the Fresh Start Initiative.
I'm Paul Sibley with U.S. Tax Shield. We can help navigate the new laws, get you protected, and resolve your tax issues permanently.
Call the experts at U.S. Tax Shield now for your free consultation and get a guaranteed quote to resolve your case. Call 800-436-6451. That's 800-436-6451.
This is Dan Pilla. Do you owe the IRS money you can't pay? Are tax debts crippling you? I've defended people from the IRS for over 30 years. I've helped thousands, and I can help you too. I wrote the book on IRS settlement, and I'm telling you, there's no such thing as a hopeless case. Call 800-34-NO-TAX to finally get free of IRS debt. With the IRS's new programs, there's never been a better time to solve your problem. Call 800-34-NO-TAX. That's 800-34-NO-TAX, or my website, danpilla.com.
That's disgusting. What's that smell? Roll down your window before I pass out.
It's those nasty fish oil pills I've been taking.
Why won't you just switch to Nutrigold fish oil like I did?
It's fish oil. What's the difference?
Well, my Nutrigold fish oil is sourced and manufactured right here in the USA.
What's so special about that? Aren't they all?
Are you kidding? Of course not. Only Nutrigold fish oil is 100% USA made, which is why it's so fresh.
100% product of USA and fresh? I like the sound of that. So no more fish burps?
No more fish burps. And that's not all. If you go to www.fishoil.best and enter my fish oil, you can save $5 like I did.
That won't be necessary. We can just share your bottle.
Nice try. Get your own at www.fishoil.best.
Sorry. Get rid of those fish burps for good. Go to Nutrigold's U.S.-made fish oil products by going to www.fishoil.best and get $5 off by entering My Fish Oil at checkout.
Okay, open your mouth and say ah.
When your child has a sore throat, you need to know when to get help. The doctor recommended Say Ah Sore Throat Exam is your solution. The scientifically designed oral retractor offers a clear view of the throat, relaxing the tongue and minimizing gag reflex. Compare with the medical grade chart, website, and app. Then you'll know just what to tell your doctor. A wellness plan in your hands in minutes. Go to SayAHHnow.com. SayAhNow.com, the new mainstay for every family's first aid kit.
Everyone says or does something silly once in a while. Even very smart, very accomplished people. It's part of being human. A quote taken out of context, a legal problem, an unfortunate photograph. Once that embarrassing thing is on the internet, it can spread like a terrible rash because people love to dig up dirt, even when it's not real dirt. Put it to rest. Call for a free expert analysis today from Reputation.com. It only takes 30 seconds. 800-831-0771. Businesses, public figures, and professionals turn to Reputation.com for good reason. We protect your online image by helping make sure that when people search for you or your business, they find the most current, accurate information possible. Reputation.com, because word travels fast. Learn more about what the experts at Reputation.com can do for you. Call for a free analysis today. 800-831-0771. That's 800-831-0771.
Now a twice as nice Twin Kit special offer from Complete H2O Minerals for all GCN listeners. Get a Complete H2O Minerals Twin Kit with 33 different minerals, vitamins, and amino acids all in a liquid form. Enough for 2 people for 1 month. Regular price $89.95, but now Complete H2O Minerals is offering the Twin Kit for $69.95. And all GCN listeners receive a bonus 16-ounce bottle of Ionic Silver absolutely free with free shipping. A $120 total value. Hurry, limited time offer. Call 803-794-4767 or click CompleteH2OMinerals.com.
Captain John Regan's with us, thefinancialstateoftheunion.com. Captain John Regan, what's next?
Well, I took a peek at the markets during the break, and if you're a person that likes red, well, today's your day.
Yeah.
The Dow's down about 450 points, and we'll see how low it can go. I want
when I took John, when I took a peek, it was early this morning. It was down about 1,000.
So the good news is it's getting better. We're probably not going to get to a good drought report today because there's just so much going on. But there's one I wanted to pull out that's called water bill. And I know you've told us about a member of our class that had $1,000 water bill for 1 month. And
and you met her. You met her at the meetup as well as at the expo.
So I'm guessing she was using about 50 million gallons of water.
You're talking about Nestle? No, she just has a house and a couple acres. No, not at all. It's just
if you happen to be a large multinational corporation, apparently you can get 27 million gallons of California water for just $524.
Right. You know, it's all who you are and who you know. And we used to talk about that, John. You know, when you're getting a job, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And this is just a clear case, right?
Yeah, it's mind-boggling. And one of the other links there talks about how they're even denying farmers who have senior water rights the ability to use their own water. So that one might be a button pusher for you.
It is. It is a button pusher for me because I'm at the website and it says Nestle only pays $524 to extract 27 million gallons of California drinking water, and then they package it into these bottles that these 8-ounce bottles, and they sell it. And of course, you've seen these at the supermarket. And I remember back in the 1980s working with a guy, and he said, I've got a really, really good idea. And this was a guy that reported to me at the bank, and he said, we're going to sell water. This was in the 1980s, and I thought, have you lost your mind? He said, no. We're going to put this in machines. We're going to sell it for $1 a bottle. Who doesn't want water for $1 a bottle? Now, back then, you could buy, like 3 sodas for about that much money, if you went to a supermarket. So I thought, who's going to buy water for $1 a bottle? Well, he was right. I was also wrong about the ATMs. I thought no one in their right mind is going to pay $2.95 to get their own money out of an ATM. I thought they were the dumbest thing going, but I was wrong again about the ATMs. To me, I would go to the bank and get, I didn't expect to have to pay a transaction fee to get digits out of my bank account in terms of Federal Reserve notes. Yeah, it's amazing how companies are entrenched with politicians. I mean, we've seen it over and over and over again. Now, the real question is how much are they paying outside that $524 to keep that $524 payment going to to California? Meaning, how much are they wining and dining, and how many vacations and boats and travel trips and vacations and furniture and cash. Okay, John, what do we have coming up after top of the hour news?
Let me get to my report for the week.
Okay, looking forward to it. Captain John Regan's with us. I'm Vin Finelli. This is USAPrepares.com. Meet up tonight at Jimmy's Egg, 4:45 to 8. We'll be right back after top of the hour news and commercial announcements, and we'll be talking about John Regan's report. How many of you want to learn how to dig up bugs, worms, and raise crickets for food? Do you prefer to eat them dried and crunchy or while still alive? Well, you won't have to if you can defend your food supply from predators. You may want to get an AR-15 kit from guns80.com. and build your own AR-15 rifle from a kit. If you can legally own a rifle, you can purchase this AR-15 kit. If you're handy, you can complete the rifle in about an hour. The kit comes with all the parts you're going to need to build your rifle, but you'll need a drill press. And survivalists need one anyway. The Guns80.com team purchased the same used floor-standing drill press that I have for $100. You can too. And when you're finished, you'll have a paperwork-free AR-15 rifle, a drill press, drill bits, and the knowledge to maintain your AR-15 rifle, all for less than you expect. So if you want a paperwork-free AR-15 parts kit like mine, visit Guns80.com, Guns80.com, and let the unprepared have our share of the bugs.
Okay, honey, I have to ask, and be honest here. Have you been taking a little blue pill? Because things have been pretty good in the bedroom lately.
No, I swear.
You didn't pick anything up at the Pharmacia last month in Cancun?
No.
Well, something's different.
I have been taking that heart and body extract you bought me.
But that's for your heart and to control your cholesterol.
Well, I read HB extract also promotes healthy prostate function.
I never guessed it would work this well, but
you're glad it did.
Oh, yeah.
Heart and Body Extract is a 100% organic formula that promotes a strong heart, healthy arterial flow, better circulation, improves erectile and prostate gland function, and provides youthful energy, strength, and stamina. Find out more at heartandbodyextract.com. Heart and Body Extract paired with healthy heart choices is a winning combination. Call toll-free to order or for free information. 1-866-295-5305. 1-866-295-5305.
Silver has always been nature's very own antibiotic, and only one system allows you to produce an endless supply of nano-sized silver solutions right from the convenience of your home. Silver Lungs. With the addition of our unique lung delivery system, respiratory infections are targeted directly, where traditional oral administration simply cannot reach. This pioneering method also preserves the original particle sizes and delivers your silver solution directly into the bloodstream. See the Silver Lungs generator and lung delivery system at silverlungs.com. That's silverlungs.com.
KDArmor.com is your one-stop shop for the most affordable body armor, period. With packages starting at $169.99 and free shipping on every order. KD offers soft armor and rifle threat rated armor up to level 4. Go to KDArmor.com and get your body armor today while you still can. Mention this ad and receive a free tactical scarf for a limited time with any body armor package. That's CATIarmor.com. Come and take it.
Captain John Regan's with us. Captain John Regan, U.S. Air Force Reserves retired, is with us every Monday. And together we look at the news and we add our own exclamation points to what we have found. Captain John Regan is a fabulous researcher. John, during the top of the hour news break, I was looking at some of the news, and something that really bothers me, and it's this blue plague. It just keeps appearing and reappearing. So the headlines of CBSLocal.com, the Boston edition, says SWAT team raids the wrong home. And so about 10 SWAT plague raids this apartment. And a quote is, "It was terrorizing and the worst thing I've ever been through in my life. They were loud, vulgar, and disgusting in behavior." And that's the woman who had her small child, and she was there praying in fear of her life while these blue plague came and invaded. I'll post this on the website so you can read the rest of the article. But, there's something really, really wrong with these thugs bashing in doors. That's what they have to do at 5:30 in the morning. 5:30 in the morning. I mean, what's wrong with a phone call? Okay. What's wrong with a knock on the door? No. It's not what they do. Captain John Regan, what's next?
Well, I've been doing this special report over the last few weeks, trying to pull together a lot of information. I wanted to try to get this picture put together for you that, in essence, would have been a book, but I don't believe there's time to get a book together and published. Last week, I talked about the Watchman of Ezekiel. I didn't have the post ready, and I put the link up there for the post is basically the same thing that we talked about last week. We have the Ezekiel 3 watchman. That's the spiritual watchman. We have the Ezekiel 33 watchman, which is the physical watchman, the one that is the watchman on the wall warning when the sword is coming. And I've also got the link in there for where Penn Jillette talks about when a man tried to give him a Bible. This week helps explain why we have problems getting people to wake up. And this report is called Stupid Voters and Useful Idiots. And I want to make sure people understand these are not my terms. Stupid voters came out, is what Jonathan Gruber, who is the architect of Obamacare. And back in the November timeframe, there were at least 6 videos came out. And I've got a link to the news item there where the 6th video came out. So if this isn't just an accidental slip using the wrong terminology, it was a consistent reference to the especially Democratic voters. And useful idiots is a term that came out of communist Russia, describing those that aid in the destruction of their own country. And this is something that's been going on for quite some time. I was kind of hopeful when all this stupid voter videos exploded that maybe the stupid voters would get upset about being called stupid voters. But apparently the stupid voters are too stupid to realize that they're stupid voters. And, I don't want to just pretend I'm bashing only the Democrat side. We've got similar problems on the Republican side, and we can use an example of back when we had 9/11, we had the Patriot Act passed, where we could feel safer and, just give up some of our freedoms. You don't need those things anyway. Who needs the Constitution? And, the Republicans they're supporting Bush. And I knew that this wasn't a serious effort against terrorism because when I was in the Air Force, my second assignment was in Germany. 1982 through 1985. And that was my exposure to terrorism. And if the United States had been serious about terrorism, we would have secured the border, and you also would not see these outside mailboxes, the outside trash cans, and you also wouldn't see just fire extinguishers hanging on the wall. All of these are great places for bombs. And when I saw the lack of action in those areas, I knew the government was not serious about fighting terrorism. It was all about, taking away our freedoms and going further control. I've also included in this post links to what I've talked about on air, the 10 planks of the Communist Manifesto, which was published in 1848. This is putting in perspective, before the Civil War. This is quite some time ago. And if you go through those 10 planks, as we have, you find out that they've been quite successful in changing America. Later on in 1963, we had 45 communist goals read into the congressional record. Went on through those on the air, and again, we found out that they'd done a great job. And somewhere along the line, a few years ago, I'd run across an interview with Soviet KGB defector Yuri Bezmenov. This interview is from 1984. It's a little over an hour. And in there, he does things like talk about how successful the demoralization process was. And it happened even faster than what they expected. And I was able to notice some of that myself. Being in Germany, again, was it from 82 to 85? When I came back to the States, I noticed just how much things had changed. And I call this the Madonnaization of America, because this is the point where Madonna rose and started doing some videos that, just plain would not have been tolerated earlier on in America. And of course, we've continued to decline from there. Also in this video, he talks about the useful idiots. And these are, the leftists, the homosexuals, the feminists, the list goes on. You know the usual lineup. And how these people think that they're going to be rewarded when the country actually imposes the communist structure. And he says what they don't realize is they're going to be among the first to be taken out, because the communists don't tolerate that deviancy, and they wouldn't trust people that would sell out their own country. So, and unfortunately, these useful idiots, if they realize what's going on, it may be the point where, their doors crashing in with the armed, police, and they may not realize how they've been used. I ran across another video that was actually done a year before this interview, where he discusses psychological warfare. Again, that's a little bit over an hour, so you can see how this war that we're in has been prosecuted, and you can see just how successful Russia, the Soviet Union, was in bringing us down. And we're really just hanging on by a thread to what our country was. And given the condition going on financially, as we've talked about today, this time when we go down, there can't be a recovery. We're now at the point where debt and government spending will eclipse total income in just a few short years. And I may have even underestimated how bad that is, because I was trying to be conservative in my figures. I also just wanted to wrap up here saying that there's also a spiritual component to this, because when I was doing my research, sooner or later I would find a satanic connection, as you do with people like Marx and Darwin. And I also noticed, as I was looking, that we already have the solutions. We just tend to ignore them. God gave us rules a long time ago on how to live and run society. But our enlightened Christians of today tend to ignore those old things. But the answers are there, everything from feeding the poor to how we should punish our criminals. And another lesson we learn is the law of sowing and reaping, and it's true that we reap what we sow. And at this point, we should be praying to God for crop failure for all that we have sown.
John, I don't think I've ever heard you in this tone with that message. Have I? John Regan, I'll be right back, and I'll tell you about a news report right now. Stock up on canned food. By now you know that USAPrepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration systems and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAPrepares.com. That's USAPrepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAPrepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
Extend your life with Extendovite.
Why do over 50% of North Americans suffer from some form of chronic ailment? Could it be due to a toxic overload? It's time to take back your life. Get the lead out as well as the cadmium, mercury, and calcium. Extendovite is a garlic cayenne supplement with 5 other herbs that acts like a natural Drano, cleaning out the stored toxins, restoring your energy and youthfulness that we've lost. If you would like to live your life free of sickness, pain, or fear, then Extendovite is for you. Available in either capsules or liquid, you too can see why Extendovite is the #1 heart drop available. To order, call 1-877-928-8822. That's 1-877-928-8822, or visit our website at heartdrop.com.
Extend your life with Extendovite.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pulaski of the Pulaski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-261-0937. That's 800-261-0937.
That's the sound your brain makes when you realize you're buying something and forgot the coupon. Online or in a store, knowing that you're missing a deal is the worst. You need the app from Retail Me Not right now. Get thousands of coupons from 50,000 stores like Kohl's, Domino's, Best Buy, and more with crazy deals like 60% off, free shipping, and free gifts with purchase. You can get a text invite to download the Retail Me Not app 100% free right now for Apple or Android. Just text the code UPDATE to 42767. Then just show your phone at checkout to save. It literally couldn't be easier. It's 2015. Keep your coupons in your phone. Stop what you're doing and text UPDATE to 42767. Listeners will get a text with a link to download it 100% free. Never forget another coupon again. Text the code UPDATE to 42767 right now. That's UPDATE to 42767. Message and data rates may apply. For terms and privacy, visit retailmenot.com.
We've all heard the news stories. Another shooting. And they're getting worse. That's why Infidel Body Armor introduces Infidel Fridays, exclusive 24-hour insider deals to save you money and possibly save your life. Make it a favorite when you log on to InfidelBodyArmor.com. Then be sure to visit each and every Infidel Friday to get special insider pricing, but for 24 hours only. That's InfidelBodyArmor.com. Infidel Body Armor. Just won't quit.
Captain John Regan's with us. And you know, John, I've gotten a few phone calls over the last couple of weeks, and I've been told that my voice is not the same, the tone is not the same. And you know, I remember us listening to Alan Greenspan, and people would talk about his breathing, his intonation, and you know, they would dissect what that meant. And I'm getting calls saying that the tone of my voice has changed. And I'm becoming more serious. And that's absolutely true. And I'm looking at a post right now. And by the way, I've told those who have called, who've said, you know, your voice is indicating that you're concerned. I've said, it's not an act. This is not theater. This is just me being me. And I am concerned. And so I'm looking at a post right now. It says, stock up on canned food for a stock market crash, warns former Gordon Brown advisor. This is dated today. the independent .co.uk. And then it says, a former Gordon Brown advisor has urged people to stock up on canned foods and bottled water as stock markets around the world slide. Damian McBride appeared to suggest that the stock market dip could lead to civil disorder and other situations where it could be unreasonable for someone to leave the house. Advice on the looming crash: number one, get hard cash in a safe place. Now, don't assume banks and cash points will be open, or bank cards will work. Cash advice number two: do you have enough bottled water, canned goods, and other essentials at home to live a month indoors? If not, get shopping. Cash advice number three: agree on a rally point with your loved ones in case of transportation and communications get cut off. Somewhere you can all head to. This is in Mainstream, The Independent, Monday, 24 August, 2015. I'm going to post this on the website so you can see it. So it's not just you and me, John. It's not just the instructors of USA Prepares. There are others who are joining this message. We just got here a little earlier than some others. That's all.
And I just checked email at the top of the hour, and there was one in there saying that Mountain House inventories were running low. That if you want the food to stock up now.
Yeah, I've heard that too through some back channels that we are experiencing shortages. Now, for those of you who have been paying attention to us for the last 7 expos, you know we've been saying this. You could have gotten it for less. You could have. Lower prices. The same with ammunition. We said, get it now. We've talked about Max's law. Buy the best. Pay cash. Take delivery. If you don't take delivery, you don't own it. You really need to take delivery. You need to have a plan B. Every once in a while, I have a little chat with our meetup group, and I say things like this. Well, we've been meeting for about 5 years now, once a week. How many of you are in a better position than you were when we started? And I asked that question to bring reality to our meetup. It's great to know about the news. It's great to be a really brilliant researcher. But what are we doing about it? What are we doing about it? And that's why I had a meetup weeks ago about what are the threats? What are we concerned about? And what are we going to do about it? And if you're wondering, am I one of those guys who talks about it, reads about it on the internet, talks about it some more, and repeats that the next day and the day after that? The answer is, I'm up on ladders. I've got screwdrivers and wrenches and sockets in my hands. I get greasy, I get banged up, I get cut. I'm out there doing it. And I'm doing it at the fastest pace I possibly can. Then the proof of that, or anecdotal evidence of that, is I'm not answering the phone because I'm busy getting ready for what I don't know. But I don't feel good about all the threats that are all around us, and we're sharing that with you. Captain John Regan's with us, and we'll be right back.
No way. Is that a real bullet necklace?
No, it's a 9mm bullet necklace with matching earrings, you'll notice.
Those are awesome. Where'd you get them?
Dave found them at PatriotNecklace.com.
Wow.
They have a variety of calibers and necklaces and earrings and keychains.
PatriotNecklace.com?
PatriotNecklace.com.
Your choice of caliber bullet includes a rugged American-made stainless steel dog tag chain. A percentage of every sale goes to military and service-related charities. And get a discount by entering GCN at checkout. Show your patriotism and support our troops with a bullet necklace from PatriotNecklace.com.
There are hundreds of silver products on the market today, but there's nothing like the astonishing health benefits of the multi-patented One Silver Solution. Boost your immune system at a great price with our Silver Solution Liquid, starting at $12.95 a bottle. Now available in regular and extra strength. That's half the price of the leading competitors. Call 844-USILVER for your free catalog, or go to onesilversolution.com. onesilversolution.com. There is only one Silver Solution.
Sciatica, lower back pain, hip pain, poor posture. If you suffer from any of these problems, get ready to relax. Introducing an amazing product that's been in the market for over 25 years, the Sacro Wedgie. It was invented by a football coach using a common sense osteopath technique. He created this device to help his athletes by isolating and supporting the sacrum, which is the keystone of our anatomy. This wedge-shaped bone is in the center of our hips, where a lot of pain starts. Simply relax 20 minutes daily on the amazingly simple Sacro Wedgie and let gravity do the work, helping muscles rebalance and start releasing nerves. Sit in the Sacro Wedgie at the computer or while traveling to help correct posture to finally help relieve those stubborn aches and pains for only $33.95. It's made in the USA, so click the family-owned website at sacrowedgie.com, spelled SACROWEDGY.com, or call 1-800-737-9295. That's 1-800-737-9295. Relax your back pain away with the Sacro Wedgie.
We the people grow cotton, weave fabric, engrave ink, embed strips and fibers to protect from counterfeit and carting to a private bank, having it lent back at interest, forcing taxes to service debt. This capitalism, or was Jefferson correct when stating a central bank issuing the public currency is a greater menace to the liberties of the people than a standing army? Ted Anderson on placing a free silver dollar in a book that explains our monetary system. Call for your copy, 800-686-2237. It's time to understand the system. Call 800-686-2237. That's 800-686-2237.
Honey, why are there fish swimming in our bathtub?
Aren't they cute? You need more omega-3s, and those fish oil pills with toxins and heavy metals are scary. So I'm making fish oil from scratch.
Oh boy, didn't I tell you I'm ordering Nutrigold fish oil? It's exceptionally pure.
That's what they all say.
No, really. Nutrigold's fish oil is concentrated from pure cold water fish straight off the Alaskan coast and manufactured right here in the USA.
Well, cold Alaskan waters are much more pristine than the polluted waters that other fish oils are sourced from.
That's what I'm saying. And it's 5-star certified to meet international purity, potency, and freshness standards.
Well, that sounds even better.
Great. I'll be in my office ordering a few bottles. If I order now on www.fishoil.best, I can save $5 using the promo code MyFishOil. Honey, why are there bees in my office?
Get rid of those fish burps for good. Go to Nutrigold's US-made fish oil products by going to www.fishoil.best and get $5 off by entering MyFishOil at checkout.
We've all heard the news stories. Another shooting, and they're getting worse. That's why Infidel Body Armor introduces Infidel Fridays, exclusive 24-hour insider deals to save you money and possibly save your life. Make it a favorite when you log on to InfidelBodyArmor.com. Then be sure to visit each and every Infidel Friday to get special insider pricing, but for 24 hours only. That's InfidelBodyArmor.com. Infidel Body Armor. Just won't quit.
Hi, this is Walt Augustinowicz. I'm the founder and CEO of ID Stronghold. By now you've heard our commercials about wallets that protect you from electronic pickpocketing. 10 years ago, I created a way to protect my own cards from prying eyes after government officials started talking about issuing a national ID card with a built-in radio chip called RFID. I felt having to broadcast my personal information was an invasion of privacy. Soon after, it was also announced that credit cards, debit cards, U.S. passports, hotel room keys, and even transit passes would all soon incorporate RFID. It was then I formed ID Stronghold to share my inventions in blocking RFID signals with the world. There are a lot of misconceptions out there today about RFID. I encourage everyone to get informed and get protected. Please go to idstronghold.com and get the facts and the wallet, sleeves, or badge holders you need to protect your personal financial data. You'll be pleasantly surprised that through our direct sales model, you won't pay more than other comparable unprotected wallets. It is as though the protection is free. Visit idstronghold.com today.
Class, I just posted on the website images of what SWAT teams do. If you want to see some horrific images of your SWAT teams in action, just go to usaprepares.com. There's a link right on page 1. And I'm looking at an image of a no-knock SWAT raid. leaves a Texas father dead, family traumatized. There it is. It's just one of many images. I mean, this is absolutely terrifying. And if you want to talk about terrorism, domestic terrorism, there it is. You'll see MRAPs, you'll see military gear, you'll see sound cannons, you'll see body armor, you will see weapons of destruction in a neighborhood near you. Absolutely horrible. Machine gun turrets on MRAPs. You know, the kind that Joey Kyle decided he needed. Yeah. Former sheriff of Christian County, Missouri, Sheriff Joey Kyle. Yep. I remember interviewing him at a meetup at usapreparedness.com. I wanted him to tell his story, why he needed an MRAP. He was going to protect us, keep us safe. Well, he's going to federal prison for a year for breaching the public trust. He's involved in a financial scheme. Yeah. He says, I shouldn't have done it. Yeah, no kidding. John Regan, back to you.
I'd like to move on to the preparedness section. The second article I've been meaning to talk about for about the last 3 weeks. I've talked about Cal-Ben soap on the air before. I'm a customer of theirs. I wish they had an affiliate program. I get nothing for mentioning this. They're having a special this month where on their 1,200 collection, which is what I guess basically a 1-year supply of soap, shampoo, dishwasher, laundry, basically everything you need soap-wise for the home. This is like 65 pounds of soap for $165, and they're offering free shipping through the end of the month, and that runs about $50. So it's a pretty decent savings if you want soap, not detergent. And the company is based in California, so if you want to stock up on soap, I'd recommend doing that too while it's still there. It's not just food; it's supplies all across the board.
John, I haven't used their products. That's Cal-Ben, CALBEN, pure soap.com. That's what you're talking about. I'm at their website. I've not purchased any, have not used any, but I'm going to call them after the broadcast and just chat with them. When I buy soap here for the farm, I will buy, when it's at the right price, I will buy buckets of it, literally. And we've bought 10 years worth at a time, and then we put it in those 5-gallon buckets and then seal them up. And literally, that's what we do. And we've been able to buy bars for, 3 for $1. And, the bars used to be 5 ounces. And they've improved them through inflation. Now they're like 3.2 ounces. And we're seeing more and more of that. So, and by the way, soap lasts a very, very, very long time. And years ago, we bought at Sam's Club the laundry detergent in those buckets. And the buckets have gotten smaller, easier to carry, less weight. So that's more signs of inflation. But I'm going to give these guys a call, Cal-Ben, puresoap.com, and chat with them and see if they can give us some more information. So that's great. Hey, thanks so much.
We've been using it for about 10 years now and been extremely happy with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know for a fact that some of the soaps that we use or have tried leaves us less than civically minded. And we find other soaps, act as a deodorant, which is kind of nice. So, we get pretty sweaty around here at the farm in the sun. And so, we need to use a soap that will kind of help us. But we don't like soaps that have those aluminum products in them. And that are, because our skin is the largest organ in the body. So we're very careful about that. But we try to use natural soaps, and that's what we do. So it's great.
The other one is entitled Broke, and that goes to an article, How to Survive When You Can't Pay Your Bills. And it's subtitled, If You've Never Been This Level of Broke, I'm Very Glad. And you talked about earlier in the broadcast, what would you do if you had 60 days notice? Well, we had an event that gave us much less than that, and I haven't talked about this on the air. But June 22nd, which was that first time that I did a planned 2-hour monologue on the air, that afternoon I got a call from Becky a little bit earlier than I was expecting, and she just told me she'd just been fired. And she is our sole income. And when you're starting from scratch on a job search, you don't typically just walk into something right away. And we're very low on resources. Fortunately, as we talked about, we moved and we got our deposit back, which gave us a little bit of a cushion. So we were in a position where one of us needed to replace our income by starting into at least a temp position by July 13th. And unfortunately, that didn't even happen. The good news is the week after she was able to get into that. But about 6 weeks ago, I sent Vincent an email saying, we may be down to the last 2 times on the air together, meaning the last 2 Mondays in July. Because at that point, we were looking at, the internet bill coming up very shortly, not being able to pay that, not being able to pay rent, not being able to pay anything, literally. I'd been close to homelessness before, but it would have been one of those where we live out of a car while one of us had a job. This would be living out of a car, and we'd be eating our survival food and having to go begging for the hot water to make the survival food. And the good news is shortly after I sent him that email, she did get hired on to a position, and the good news is more money. It's like a 4% raise, which on today's job market, that's kind of the maximum people are getting in corporate offices now. And she's loving the people she works for. So we're still having to make up for, the time that we didn't have income, but we're going to make it. But there was a time there that we were looking at, the pretty much the worst level of homelessness, and that is the same thing as being a refugee. You've got what you've got, and that's it. And looking at trying to survive in a car in the summer in Dallas with the 100+ degree heat was something I wasn't looking forward to. So yes, that's become very real for me. And I've been a bit frustrated, talked about how we went to the Ozarks there to actually put ourselves in a better position for what's coming. Unfortunately, we ended up choosing the wrong people to associate with, and that's actually left us in a worse position than we were. So while a lot of the people come on, the instructors saying what to do from their success, I'm saying what not to do from my failure, which is just as important, because making these mistakes at this point in time can be deadly. And right now, my decision to go to that community back at the end of 2010 is still right now a fatal mistake. I don't know if I'm going to get around that or not. The good news is in this job search that she found a company that may be able to get me some contract work. And if I can get at least a couple of $1,000s into a brokerage account, hopefully things last us a little bit longer. Might be able to get that to maybe even 10,000. I can multiply that basically using the same play I did a few years ago. And that might give us enough, if there's still supplies available, to at least better our chances. So, we were looking at, basically just a few weeks there, from going from where, things were starting to look up where we could do things like, eat healthy, which requires investing an extra $100 a month over what we've been spending, to basically having to cut out everything. It's not a matter of cutting out the fat, which was largely done. Whether it's a natural disaster like a hurricane, we just celebrated the anniversary of the 10-year anniversary of Katrina, and then later on Rita. We had that double hit right there. There were a number of refugees from the New Orleans area that, Dallas is one of the areas that got a bunch of them, and you'll find it probably everyone would say the last thing you want to be is a refugee.
How many of you want to learn how to dig up bugs, worms, and raise crickets for food? Do you prefer to eat them dried and crunchy or while still alive? Well, you won't have to if you can defend your food supply from predators. You may want to get an AR-15 kit from guns80.com and build your own AR-15 rifle from a kit. If you can legally own a rifle, you can purchase this AR-15 kit. If you're handy, you can complete the rifle in about an hour. The kit comes with all the parts you're going to need to build your rifle, but you'll need a drill press. And survivalists need one anyway. The Guns80.com team purchased the same used floor-standing drill press that I have for $100. You can too. And when you're finished, you'll have a paperwork-free AR-15 rifle, a drill press, drill bits, and the knowledge to maintain your AR-15 rifle, all for less than you expect. So if you want a paperwork-free AR-15 parts kit like mine, visit Guns80.com, Guns80.com, and let the unprepared have our share of the bugs.
By now you know that wireless technology like cell phones do in fact pose dangers to the health and privacy of everyone. Block-It Pocket's wide range of products are unmatched in providing the protection you deserve. No scare tactics, just common sense. BlockItPocket.com offers quality American-made options to alleviate and eliminate these invisible dangers. Learn more at BlockItPocket.com or call 888-315-9618. BlockItPocket.com, enhancing health and privacy.
I am a 47-year-old female and had a heart attack in 2005. This is Alice from New Jersey. I still get angina, even with 4 stents. I was taking nitro 2 or 3 times a week. The very first day after taking Heart and Body Extract, the chest pain was gone. Now I don't wear a nitro patch.
Learn the secrets of an effective, natural, 100% organic nutritional supplement for a healthy heart and circulation at hbextract.com.
At 30dayfoodsupply.com, 2 of our top priorities are providing quality food at a reasonable price and protecting your security. When you call 800-700-2184, we will never record your phone call and never ask for your personal information, like how much food you have stored or where you keep it. We'll also never store your credit card information and email address on a computer. Your email address will never be shared or sold. We'll never limit the number of boxes you can purchase. We'll never use outside packers or use relabeled food from another company. Our meals are naturally high in fiber, carbs, and protein, and everything is packed with oxygen absorbers and Mylar pouches under our direct supervision at our plant in Oregon. Oregon Trail Foods and 30dayfoodsupply.com keep prices low by buying directly from their producers in Oregon and then passing the savings on to you. Call 800-700-2184 and purchase our 30-day 90-serving emergency food supply for only $99, and $10 ships your entire order to the lower 48. Visit our website, 30dayfoodsupply.com, or call 800-700-2184. That's 30dayfoodsupply.com at 800-700-2184.
Okay, open your mouth and say ah.
Ah.
When your child has a sore throat, you need to know when to get help. The doctor recommended Say Ah Sore Throat Exam is your solution. The scientifically designed oral retractor offers a clear view of the throat, relaxing the tongue and minimizing gag reflex. Compare with a medical grade chart, website, and app. Then you'll know just what to tell your doctor. A wellness plan in your hands in minutes. Go to SayAHHnow.com. SayAhNow.com, the new mainstay for every family's first aid kit.
That's the sound your brain makes when you realize you're buying something and forgot the coupon. Online or in a store, knowing that you're missing a deal is the worst. You need the app from Retail Me Not right now. Get thousands of coupons from 50,000 stores like Kohl's, Domino's, Best Buy, and more with crazy deals like 60% off, free shipping, and free gifts with purchase. You can get a text invite to download the Retail Me Not app 100% free right now for Apple or Android. Just text the code UPDATE to 42767. Then just show your phone at checkout to save. It literally couldn't be easier. It's 2015. Keep your coupons in your phone. Stop what you're doing and text UPDATE to 42767. Listeners will get a text with a link to download it 100% free. Never forget another coupon again. Text the code UPDATE to 42767 right now. That's UPDATE to 42767. Message and data rates may apply. For terms and privacy, visit retailmenot.com.
Are you excited about the World Wide Web? Do you want a place where you can share your ideas and express yourself? Well, dial up your modems and stream on down to the GCN Live Community Forum. Lots of radical features await you there.
Wow, Internet guy, I'm so glad I went to the GCN Live Community Forum.
You too can discover why the World Wide Web is awesome. Just go to gcnlive.com/forum. That's gcnlive.com/forum. I'll see you in cyberspace. Friend at GCN Live on Diaspora and Cross.tv.
Captain John Regan's with us. John, I was speechless at the end of our last segment together. Absolutely speechless. It's not often that happens, and I've been mentioned a couple times during this broadcast that my tone has changed, and there was no tone. Absolutely none.
Yeah, and it's changed my view on preparing, and I'll get into that in another broadcast. But it's what we experienced was almost to the point where you're going to have to go out with your bug out bag. And no matter how good your bug out bag is, you're still becoming a refugee, and your chances of making it long term are greatly diminished.
Right. You're absolutely right. Bugging out is a serious, serious proposition because you're leaving everything that you have behind. And even, John, just as an example, I was traveling and I got a splinter in my finger. And so that's real easy. All you do is get out the magnifying loupe, and you get out a really sharp dental pick, and all you do, and you can take that splinter out. Well, I was just short two things: the magnifying loupe and the dental pick. Okay, so would you have a magnifying glass? No. You're kidding. Really? Huh. So, a lot of things that we take for granted, John, we can't take for granted anymore. And so being prepared and having to leave all that behind is really kind of a serious, serious decision to make. And I suggest that all of us right here, right now, think about if we had a 60-day warning, what would we do? Now, that doesn't mean the last thing I would think of is go and party and go to Disney. I would think of making some phone calls and getting everybody together, all the people that I love and care about, friends and family in the village, saying, okay, here's what we see. Let's decide who's going to do what, and let's get it done right now. Let's have timetables, timelines, and let's take this on as a serious project. I'd like to thank Rick Kaler of Rick's Satellite. Our satellite system got hit by lightning, blew it up from the ground, and took it out. And I called him and I said, so here are the symptoms. He said, yeah, sounds like you need new LNBF, you need a new receiver. It arrived. I just want to thank Rick of Rick's Satellite, rickssatellite.com, USA Prepares Instructor. He'll be on the air with us in a couple weeks. Meet up tonight. Think about 60-day warning. And John, here's another question for our group. Who's going to help us as we get older? Who's going to help you? Meaning you, our broadcast class. Who's going to help you as we get older? So whoever you think that's going to be, I think you need to help train and educate them as to what you know. Because as we get older, we get slower. Everything's heavier, farther, and harder to do. So we're going to need help of the young people. So make sure you train them as best you can. Forget about sports. Forget about TV. Spend that time very, very carefully and judiciously. And I've had these discussions with our children. And I've trained our children for all their lives. And I've had one-on-one conversations with them, and I'd say things like, and this is in the last few weeks. It's okay. Let's have a chat. By the way, I'm getting older. Everything's heavier. Everything's farther. Everything takes longer. I'm not going to be around forever. I'm not planning on dying right now, but at some point, I won't be around. You need to pay attention. I need to teach you everything I possibly can as quickly as I can. Interesting. John, you had a very, very serious discussion with us on the broadcast classroom today, kind of discussions that I'm having with our family. And that kind of explains the tone. And it's been recognized by our broadcast classroom. Any parting words, John, for today's broadcast class?
I just want to point out I've got a section at the bottom called Bizarre Commercials. And to me, it's like they're saying everything's falling apart, but if you got the internet and sports, you don't care.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Everything is falling apart. I've got to race out right now. I got an emergency call. And I've got to go repair a car. It's stuck on the road. About an hour and a half each way. I'll be at the meetup tonight, but I might be late. So if I'm late, carry on without me. Class, above all, honesty and integrity. What happens next is up to you. By now you know that USAPrepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system, because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration systems and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAPrepares.com. That's USAPrepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAPrepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
Sciatica, lower back pain, hip pain, poor posture. If you suffer from any of these problems, get ready to relax. Introducing an amazing product that's been in the market for over 25 years, the Sacro Wedgie. It was invented by a football coach using a common-sense osteopath technique. He created this device to help his athletes by isolating and supporting the sacrum, which is the keystone of our anatomy. This wedge-shaped bone is in the center of our hips, where a lot of pain starts. Simply relax 20 minutes daily on the amazingly simple Sacro Wedgie and let gravity do the work, helping muscles rebalance and start releasing nerves. Sit in the Sacro Wedgie at the computer or while traveling to help correct posture to finally help relieve those stubborn aches and pains for only $33.95. It's made in the USA, so click the family-owned website at sacrowedgie.com, spelled SACROWEDGY.com, or call 1-800-737-9295. That's 1-800-737-9295. Relax your back pain away with the Sacro Wedgie.